Jake, Kevy and Lara on the sideline. Look, the Dogs, as you mentioned, the first home game, beautiful afternoon, fast track. The Doggies, haven't they got some strike? When you have a look at their centres in Crichton, those sort of guys, Carraz can score tries, Connor Tracy out the back, and then their back row in Kickow and Preston. Gee, I reckon they've got plenty of points on notice here this afternoon. The Knights will have to be so good defensively, but also in their completion, got to complete high and kick well if there are to be any chance in this game of football this afternoon.
Yeah, the Newcastle Knights, they started the year well. 2 wins to start against the Cowboys in Vegas, then against Manly, but then a tough 26-point loss to the Warriors last week. Kevin Walters, no Ponga, no Brown. They get Fletcher Sharp back, but their discipline needs to be better this afternoon.
Yeah, much better. Thanks, Jakey. Yeah, much better this afternoon. They need to be. The conditions are fine. Beautiful sunshine on this great stadium, and we expect them to play with discipline, not only with the ball, without the ball as well with their defence. They've got to be very good defensively as well.
Jacob Saifidi leads the Knights onto a core stadium. And there is the big inclusion. Fletcher Sharp, injured in Las Vegas, was touch and go to play last week against the Warriors, couldn't get up. But he is a big inclusion for this Newcastle side. Yeah,
loves to get the opposition in tight, and he'll search for those gaps. He's a great runner of the football. I just worry a little bit whether he can get Bradman Best, the other strike player here for the Newcastle Knights. So we see the Doggies lining up, be led out by Captain Stephen Crichton. I'll tell you what, you can start to mention him in the top centres ever to play. This bloke is a brilliant player, leading the Doggies out defensively, and both in defence and attack. They've got some strike, the Bulldogs. Be hard to beat here this afternoon.
Stephen Crichton pauses. Lets it sink in. The Dogs onto a core stadium for the first time this season, looking for a 3-0 start to the year for back-to-back seasons. Here they come. The kennel awaits the arrival. The Bulldogs back at home. Dogs of war indeed, and there is a dog of war. Jacob Preston, Kevy, you had him on the Kangaroo Tour. He's come along leaps and bounds.
Yeah, very impressive young player, dedicated to the game. I like his defence. I know everyone talks about his attack and the lines that he runs with his attack, but defensively he's a very smart player as well. And him and Kickow have been very prominent on the left and right sides for the Bulldogs this year, and particularly with their attack. You know, I'm looking forward to seeing his game develop this year. And there's the big fella, blocker. Big kick out, he's a handful.
Yeah, he certainly is. And, you know, the quick play, the balls, and on the back of that, they're a good roll on side, aren't they, the Bulldogs? Plenty of strike, as we mentioned. I think they'll be in for an afternoon of plenty of points.
10 offloads in his first 2 games as well for Viliami Kickout. So not only a strong ball runner, but he's a threat with the ball in hand. So the Knights get ready. Peter Goff in control of this one. Your Super Saturday on Fox League underway at a core stadium. The kick-off down to Lachlan Galvin. And here comes Max King. Straight at Basami Solo into the starting side for the Newcastle Knights this afternoon. Montoya with the second carry. Here's Limboy Hot Boy, just 23 years old. The Dogs a bit short on middles at the moment, so he gets an opportunity. There is that man, Preston, just outside the Dogs' 40. Connor Tracy, the hero of last week, came up with the match-saving tackle against the Raiders. Burton with the first kick of the afternoon. Dom Young marks it comfortably, and the Dogs get through their first set.
Yeah, I reckon they'll do a good job here on Dom Young. Brilliant runner of the football back. Their back 5 are so important here for the Newcastle Knights here this afternoon. And that main man in Dominic Young, long striding winger, get him on the front foot as much as he can.
So too this man, Greg Marju. Here's Solo in his second stint at the Newcastle Knights. Still looking for his first try in the NRL. Sandon Smith goes right side. Shuffles it on to McEwen out there on that right edge. Last tackle Newcastle. Smith punts that long as well. Tracy well positioned, as he always is, and he goes straight through Connor Tracy. in a rich vein of form at the moment, the Bulldogs fullback, and that gets their set off to a rolling start. Kiraz over halfway. Hot boy. That's Salmon. Ball playing out the back. There's Burton. Straightens up. Good carry, Matt Burton. Strong, tough to put down. Salmon again. That's touched by a Knight. That'll be play on. Dogs. Montoya out on the wing.
Okay, Bradman, straight, mate.
Good, not touched by the referee. So Salmon will take the settler. Fifth tackle. The Dogs with the first attacking opportunity. Galvin with a little grubber. He'll go himself a race with Hunt. Hunt wins just.
Yeah, Fletcher Hunt on the money there. Good positional play from the young fullback. He needed all of his speed to knock the ball over the goal. Nice play, wasn't it, from Galvin? Little chip, little grubber under, in behind the defensive line.
Yeah, it's all about manning pressure. That's a good play there from Lockie Galvin, showing plenty of confidence early in the game. Gets the repeat set. All started there from Connor Tracy. 40 metres upfield from the kick return. It was a good start for their set.
Short dropout, good take, Bradman Best.
Such a love a good short dropout, Jakey, hey?
Bradman Best.
Especially when you get the
Leaping
ball
well.
back.
Yeah. The Knights, an early let-off. Here is McEwen. Kick out of the line to greet him. In good form to start the year, Bradman Best as well. As his boys suggested, maybe a little bit more early ball for him this afternoon. Short side to Smith, takes him on himself.
Yeah, it's good play. There was a overlap there.
Wins the 6 again as well. Here is Fletcher Sharp, out to Hunt. Mullet to Mullet. Just inside the Dogs' half. Crossland gives it to Sharp. Sharp beats one. Can't get past Salmon. Smith, Croker, McEwen, nowhere to go. Good legs tackle. Burton underneath. Gagai. Dancing, as he always does. So strong, Dane Gagai. One of the best tackle breakers across his career. Here's Sandon Smith. There's a collision in backfield, but it's allowed to play on, and Connor Tracy just carries it beyond the 10.
Yeah, I think they missed that there, the officials. Fletcher Hunt was streaming through to try and contest, and he was blocked somewhat by the... Not sure which Bulldog player it was.
Well, we've seen how good he is under the high ball. That was a set play. Kick back in field there for Fletcher Sharp. He got impeded on the way through.
So the Bulldogs come right again. Some space for Tuala, but Bradman Best quickly across.
Right, mate, Fletcher, go 10, Bradman.
Galvin, 2 pass to Burton. Here comes the spiral bomb, almost out of the top of a core stadium. Fletcher Hunt is in no man's land, and the Dogs will get another set. That was a monster from Burton. Now Galvin throws the dummy, gives the offload. Is that Max King? He's claiming it. Peter Goff wants to check.
He's got no try.
Well, what a start there from Lockie Galvin. First to grab a kick in behind to force the line dropout, which the Newcastle Knights got the ball back. This time he decides to run off the right foot. Gets the offload.
Max King has possession
back
of the ball
on the
here.
inside. The Harvey Norman replay. Does that touch the grass?
I think he's lost it, block.
There's not a noted try scorer, Max King.
Just looking to see if Max King has possession of the ball when it's grounded, or if he takes his arm off it prior to it.
We did well just to stay alive back on the inside with the anticipation of Galvin running.
Jake, you've got the youngest eyes here. What are you seeing, mate?
I think possibly lost
The
control
Knights players
there.
are just looking to lock up the ball. Max King loses possession
I'm
of
not
the
an
ball.
expert.
You got it right this time, Jakey boy.
Well done, Jake.
You're 1 from 1. Be a restart at the 20. Good scramble defence there, wasn't it, Blocker, from the Knights. They got around King and making sure that it wasn't easy for him to get the ball down.
Yeah, you're right, Kevy. They did well to recover there. When you had a look at it, as King was trying to put the ball down, there was 3 Newcastle Knights jumpers around. You'd want to have your defence at its best early in the game. And they've saved a couple of chances so far.
So as the Knights work it away, we say hello to Lara Pitt on the sideline.
Good afternoon, gents. A fast and furious start to this game. Bulldogs certainly pulling out all the tricks early. Lachlan Galvin busy. Matt Burton-Bomb putting Fletcher Hunt in all sorts of trouble. Just on the conditions, the southerly that we've had the last 24 hours has blown away the remnants of the storms, which is great news. A pleasant 20 degrees.
Hang on a second, Lara. Here goes Dom Young down the outside. He's got plenty of support. He throws the dummy, goes himself. Too quick, Dom Young. And out of nowhere, the Knights score from inside their own half.
Well, that's a great reply from the Knights. And certainly saving that try. Well, it's a 12-point turnaround, at least a 10-point turnaround. Brilliant work from the Knights, shifting the ball to the edges where they have speed and power, the Knights. And Dom Young did extremely well here, got free and showed his acceleration and his speed, and then elected to go himself. This is good ball movement from the Knights. You can see here, nice little tip on from Gagai, opens up the speed of Young, and a little show here back on the inside. Beautiful try from the Knights.
Yeah, the great thing for Harvey Norman replay was Dom Young backs himself here. Connor Tracy caught in no man's land, throws the dummy. You couldn't really blame him there, tried to regroup and make the tackle. We mentioned a little bit earlier the speed of Dom Young. They've shifted the ball in their own half. Not conservative here from the Newcastle Knights. And after it looked like they were going to open the score in the Dogs, it's the Knights who go 60 metres to score. Dom Young goes in.
That's a big turnaround for the Knights.
64% of the territory to the Bulldogs. A couple of near misses, almost bagging a try themselves, and then Newcastle counter-punch through Dom Young, his 4th try of the season. And didn't he look good down that right edge?
Yeah, he certainly did. We mentioned the long striding winger, 6'5". Got Connor Tracy in no man's land there, through the dummy, backed himself to score. You can put it down to their defence at the other end of the field. When it looked like the Dogs were going to score, King was over the line, but they scrambled so well. And they opened the scoring, the Knights. You had to start well, and they have.
Sandon Smith just nicks the left hand upright. But a great start for Newcastle. Dominic Young tries 77 of his career.
He showed great speed here down the flank, didn't he? And then positioned himself well with Connor Tracy. Over he goes. That'll give the Knights some confidence. Now, I like the idea of shifting. They got strike on both edges. Gagai's quick, can bust the tackle. Bradman best on this side. Marzu on this side of the field on this left side. They got powerful outside backs. You've got to use them to your best advantage.
Their wingers are in great try-scoring form. Here comes Jacob Saifidi, the stand-in captain with no Kalen Ponga, will take the first carry. Marju pumping the legs. Croker started at lock every game for the Knights this season. He has been very good in the middle of the field. Sharp onto Lucas. Great battle between he and Preston out on this edge. Saifidi in for a second carry. Smith comes off the left, dinks it in behind. Tracy will back into his in goal, and that'll give away a 7-tackle set.
Yeah. This will be a sin bin.
It might be.
It has to be. It is. It has to be. We saw it in the Tigers game last night.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was thinking there, Dylan Lucas. He's had a brain explosion.
Oh, well, they had a sin bin last week and not good for the Knights. Not much of just never heads-up play there. You've got to have your bearings and your wits about you. What's happening in the game?
Well, I think he might have thought that, look, he took the ball there, Connor Tracy, and was herring to get to that 20 for the quick restart. Thought he was playing on. Makes the tackle, 10 minutes in the sin bin. The referee didn't have any option.
As you mentioned in the pre-game, they had a couple of sin bins last week, the Newcastle Knights. Fletcher Hunt went, Trey Mooney later in the game, but in particular that Fletcher Hunt sin bin put them under a lot of pressure. So a good opportunity here for the Bulldogs. Dylan Lucas didn't know where Tracy was on the field. That's King, almost a try scorer earlier in this game. Takes a good charge. Galvin now. Galvin throwing the dummy. Breaks the tackle again. Looking dangerous, Lockie Galvin. Salmon, they're rushing out of the line. The Knights, there was a hole there. Salmon doesn't throw it. Last tackle. They'll go short side. The short ball to kick out. He'll try and muscle his way over. And Newcastle just hold on.
Oh, that's great stuff from the Newcastle Knights. He's a hard man to stop that close to the line. I think Salmon should have passed the ball just a little bit earlier. Here he comes motoring on the ball. Kick out. Have a look at the red and blue jumpers around him there to make the tackle. Good effort.
Oh, that's a relieving penalty for the Knights. Just what they needed. So let's see if they handle this sin binning better than they did last week. With Dropsy with only the 12 men on the field, you just got to get through your sets, make your tackles, and wait for that man to come back from the sin bin. But it's not always that easy.
Conserve your energy in the sun. Both teams completing quite high to start this game. A high quality affair over the first 11 minutes. Saifidi slips the offload. Bit of second phase from Newcastle. Gagai comes off his right. Eventually wrapped up by Burton and Crichton. Croker again, poking his nose through. Here is Hunt. Inside the Bulldogs 40. Sandon Smith on the run. Gagai. Standing up, Gagai. Does he manage to stay in field? He does not. Good, strong defence from Stephen Crichton. Holds him up and drags him over that far touchline.
Yeah, you're right about that, Jake. They hold him up. He's just trying to stand in the tackle and offload back on the inside there, Gagai. Good strength there, shown by, and the troops came along to force him into touch. It's a mistake they can ill afford to make. The Bulldogs with the football now. Newcastle Knights with a man down. Let's see how they play this. You've got to knock that door down through the middle first before you go wide.
So the Dogs, with about 7 minutes with the one-man advantage, what can they do? Can they hit back? Burton tackled centre field. Here's Galvin on to Tracy. Tracy bent backwards. Sulo and Sharp in the tackle. And there's Burton on the left. Galvin playing outside him. Now it's Crichton's turn to do a dance with Gagai. Last tackle. They'll run the ball here, the Bulldogs. Galvin goes the long ball. Space for Tuala. Tips it on to Montoya. Will he go for the line? Thrown backwards. Tracy ends up with it.
Yeah, knock on. I'm just going to confirm it's not stripped
But it's
out.
going no try.
No try.
Well, again,
Coming in and tackle
this
six.
Knights defence, so many blue and red jumpers in the frame. Awesome try line defence here. Who's involved? Was it Fletcher Hunt?
He held the ball up beautifully. Tuala there to get the ball on the outside. Looked like he's going to score here. Montoya it was, just tried to stretch out. Tries to offload the ball here. The ball goes forward. There
Just
he
looking to
loses
see
it there
if
onto one of the
Marcelo
Knights
Montoya
players.
is held prior to any secondary either pass or strip action.
Bradman Best is the Knights player in there. Exceptional job that he does to get involved in the tackle.
He's a big man, Marcelo Montoya. Tough to stop from that close. He's still in the field of play.
At this point, Marcelo Montoya is held. This is in the in goal. It's the end of the set for Canterbury. We have a decision.
Well, there you go, turnover Knights. Happy with that decision, boys?
Yeah, I think it's fair. And again, wonderful scramble defence from the Knights. You know, just got to get through this set. They went into touch last time. They'll get 7 tackles here, or he's going for a try, wasn't he? So it'll just be, oh no, it's a play the ball.
Here we are, we're front foot on the line here.
I'll tell you what, he's taken it personal here this afternoon, Jacob Saifidi. He's been outstanding for them to start the game, the Knights. I know they've scrambled well, but he's the man that's been leading them so far. He's taken it personally.
Marju goes straight over the top of Galvin.
He's strong, isn't he?
Sharp with a scoot. Push backwards. Here is Saifidi. Good resilience shown by the Knights so far as they go wide to McEwen. Again, chopped down low by Burton, but 6 to go. The flop over the top.
He was kick out in there late.
Solo. Another offload, Newcastle. Croker eventually takes the tackle. So good control of possession here for Newcastle. Down a man. Crossland scoops it up and gives the ball to Saifidi. Punches under the markers. Will get the quick play the ball here. What have they got, Newcastle? Sandon Smith. Hunt. Hunt gets past Crichton. Puts in an audacious grabber. Dom Young. But no, the day saved by Connor Tracy as usual.
Yeah, awesome stuff there from the Knights again, down that right side. Yeah, good defence as well from Connor Tracy again, the fullbacks. Nice little kick through, and Young was there, but not early enough block.
Yeah, a couple of little offloads in that set there from the Newcastle Knights. I reckon when they flop out the back there, go straight away to your left-hand side, try and get Best the football. He's the most dangerous runner out there for the Newcastle Knights. Get him some early ball.
They just beat the shot clock. Best bats it back. It's a race to the ball, and Saifidi wins it. 4 minutes with Lucas remaining in the bin. Can Newcastle go further ahead here? Be a major shot of confidence for the Knights. Croker, he has been excellent, controlling that middle of the field. Sandon Smith, the quick up on Hunt this time, and Crichton forces the error. Rarely do you get past Stephen Crichton twice, and the young fella is caught on that occasion. Of course, we just saw Adam O'Brien as well in the Bulldogs coaching box, former Knights coach, running the Dogs attack now. That is a big, strong tackle from McEwen over the top of Galvin. Tuala put on his back. Galvin is absolutely crunched by Jacob Saifidi. He has taken it personally, Bocker.
Show me that again. The young fella's up, but he's up and about. Saifidi, what a tackle.
Now an offload for the Dogs, but that's knocked on by Connor Tracy.
See, when you make a big hit like that, everyone gets revved up. They've forced the error on the Bulldogs now. They're playing pretty well at the moment. Here it is. Eat some of that.
Clean tackle too. Good use of the shoulder, into the shoulder.
He's wore a few shots already, Lachlan Galvin.
Oh, he's tough though. He's a tough kid. He'll be right.
Well, it was revealed last week after that Raiders game that he was in hospital only a couple of days before that. On a drip for an infection, came out and played against Canberra a couple of days later. So he is tough, Lachlan Galvin.
Yeah.
Long ball, that's a dangerous one from the base of the scrum, but Marju does well. Still 23 minutes to play in this first half, plenty of time. Good gripping contest here at Accor Stadium. Saifidi led from the front for the Knights. Sharp, straight early ball to Gagai, he'll get past Crichton.
Gotta get out.
The Dogs get there in numbers, and he finds the ground this time. Smith, inside ball, McEwen. Couple of desperate tackles from the Dogs there. Here's Sandon Smith. The grubber goes in. Dom Young's there, but Tracy again.
Locks on.
Tell you what, that's great positional play there from Tracy. He's knocked the ball dead in goal a couple of times here. Just one inside the ball. Great positional play from him. Gets across there, had to get on his bike. Dom Young a little bit unlucky there not to get a handle on that ball. And well played there by Connor Tracy.
Coming off the best game of his career, possibly Connor Tracy. He had 2 try savers last week against the Raiders. His positional play defensively, second to none. The short drop out again. Hunt goes up, knocks it backwards, but that one goes forward. So it'll be...
Knock on here, Preston.
No, they've called Preston with the first. So more pressure coming for the Dogs.
It certainly is. They must be nearly due for their man in the bin to come back as well. Let's have a look here. Yeah, hand there from Preston.
You've got to turn all this field position. I know they lead 4 points to 0, but you've got to get on the scoreboard again. Some good field position. They've looked really dangerous on that right-hand side. The Newcastle Knights have come away with some points. They've been dangerous so far.
They'll go to the right side to Hunt. Hunt tries to do it on his own. No space for him this time.
Lucas back on.
13 on 13. Solo with the settler. Here's Sharp. Turns it back into Lucas. He'll be desperate to make up for that. There's a little bobble there, but he regathered it. Here's Croker. Doesn't pass it. Does now. Smith. Crichton. Well read.
Short on the right.
That's where they go. Sharp. Hunt. Burton. Out the back. Here's Young. The try scorer for Newcastle. Bumps away from Tracy. 3 Dogs there to stop him. Last tackle Newcastle.
I tell you what, Kikau's in all sorts of trouble here.
Sandon Smith puts in the grubber. Tracy's there to cover it again. Saifidi puts him dead.
Well, just watch Kikau in that set of 6 tackles. The trainer's with him now. An ankle or a knee. And they call him to the sideline. This is a big blow here. If he goes off, he's trying to stay out there.
The Dogs. This will be their 4th dropout of the afternoon. Newcastle applying the pressure. They go short again. It's got to break the plane first, and it hasn't. So Newcastle play the ball. They need to come away with points here as we see Kikau still limping.
I'll tell you what, they need a little bit more urgency to get on that ball. They got him on the rack here. That's taken at least 20 seconds to get the ball over to the play the ball.
They'll be coming left to best. They've gone right 3 or 4 times, and very formidable left side for the Bulldogs, very experienced side.
Solo goes straight at Bailey Haywood. Looking for that first try in the NRL. Can he get there, Pasami Solo?
Held up 2.
Held up.
Time off. Tackle 2. Let him up there, Sami.
They've got numbers set left here. Is it Bradman Best's time?
Might be Lucas.
Hunt, here is Best. Best up against Tuala, well done. Onari Tuala equal to the task on Bradman Best on that occasion. Crossland. Saifidi. Lays the line. Numbers to the right again, Newcastle. Croker, Smith. Collision between a number of plays there, but he plays on, throws the ball out to Dom Young. Cut off by the Dogs once again. Last tackle, great defence, Bulldogs. One more to stop. The kick from Smith, across field. Allowed to mark from Bradman Best. Does he get a boot to that? For now, Kikau bats it dead.
Okay, happy with Sandon. Clock's on, goal line.
Oh, that's a terrific play from Bradman Best. Managed to get boot to ball, and then he goes up. No one else can test, so he catches it clean. Just enough weight on the ball, and Kikau has to see it over the dead ball line.
I'll tell you what, it was good play there by Kikau because he's hobbling out there at the moment.
Go long this time, Brock.
They've been defending their line for about 5 minutes straight, the Dogs. So they're trying to get a bit of breathing space. Saifidi chews up the metres on the way back. And there's concern there for Jacob Preston, I think it is, on the ground as well. He is limping heavily, so both their back rowers in the wars at the moment, the Bulldogs. They are under pressure from Newcastle, but still the score only 4-0. Set restart. Solo goes over one, goes over two, gets to Tracy. The Dogs hanging on. Croker. Preston is back in the line for the Dogs. Sola just coughs it up into the arms of Preston.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a shame. He's been so good for the Newcastle Knights early in this game. Makes a mistake now. He's got to lift himself out of that. He's made the mistake now. Got to get back, try and get that ball back.
Well, if the Dogs go on to win this game, they'll look back at that right there.
Yeah.
97% of the possession against them, and they don't concede another point. Satili Tupanua wearing the 10, but started from the bench. He's into the game to replace Max King. Here is kick out, recovered. The offload. Galvin onto Tupanua. This would be a massive hit back from the Dogs. Curran slips over centre field. Galvin on the right side. There is Preston. 6 tries in his last 6 games. Tracy ball playing. Curran whacked underneath. The shot from Solo.
Oh, that hurt, yeah.
He's dropped the ball too as he Curran.
Tackle 5. He held possession through the tackle.
He's got him in the ribs. It's a good shot blocker, wasn't it?
Yeah, you like that too. He's made the mistake down the other end of the field. Geez, there have been some big shots in this game so far. Curran feeling every little bit of that. Solo makes the big tackle.
Oh, that's 110 kilos going through your ribs. That's never nice.
He gets a well-earned rest. Pasami Solo, he's off in the backfield.
Yeah.
Curran still on the ground, feeling it.
Well, he's just on the ground as well, Curran, just not long been interchanged on. And he's tough. He's a pretty tough footballer too. They're all tough, but he mixes it with the big boys, and it's his rib, just grabbing at his ribs. Hopefully he'll be okay.
Cameron Ciraldo and Adam O'Brien watch on. He hasn't played a lot of minutes this year, Josh Curran. Only 10 minutes in Vegas, 22 minutes last week against the Raiders. And here's the Jacob Preston injury. It was that carry back.
Oh, yeah.
Straightens his leg out.
Bit of hyperextension there, but he seems to be okay. He's getting some attention on the field now.
Well, someone forgot to show the script of the Newcastle Knights.
Yeah.
Brilliant first half by them.
The 2 middle forwards, blocker in particular, got through a lot of work. They can be very happy with their contribution to this opening period of the game. 25 minutes in.
He's got his breath back, Josh Curran, it looks like. And he'll play on. After a rib tickler from Solo. So that's the last tackle, the Bulldogs. Centre field, 5 out from the Newcastle line. Still scoreless in this first half. Here's Galvin. They'll run it. Burton now puts in the kick. Young's there. Hits the ground, and Newcastle survive. McEwen chopped in half by Crichton. Good chance for the Dogs to muscle up here. Turn the possession, turn the territory. That's Cody Hopwood onto the field. Just his second game of first grade in the 16 for the Knights. Crossland kicks out a dummy half. can't catch Tracy napping, you'll mark it on the full.
Yeah, just looking to try and find the grass there. Unfortunately, Crossland couldn't. So the Dogs now have the ball.
Curran's off.
Yep, Josh Curran eventually succumbing to that rib injury. You can see there, just leaving the field. So here comes Kurt Mann onto the field. A few players feeling the pain out there after what's been a tightly fought first half. Galvin, Burton, the tip on from Tracy, well marked by Tuala, under pressure. Last tackle, pressure coming from Frisell. Burton goes the spiral again. The Knights, do they want it this time? They don't. It finds grass. They get a lucky bounce. The Bulldogs will keep it alive. Burton throws a long ball out to Crichton. They've gone back 40 metres and now he'll just dink it in behind to Hunt. But that spiral kick, it's causing all kinds of problems for Newcastle.
Yeah, but he chose the right option there, Hunt. He had to let it bounce because he couldn't get to it in the air. He had it covered on the second bounce. That's good field position now for the Knights.
Bounce favourable on that occasion, but when that goes up, it's a lottery. Frisell.
Just a good experienced man to bring on too, Frisell. Good through the middle, good footwork at the line.
There's a tip on from Gagai, but called forward.
Gee, that was unlucky from the Knights. Had the right idea. Gagai just couldn't get his hands around it early enough.
Yeah, just a few errors starting to creep in now for the Newcastle Knights. The play was the right one.
Certainly was, and he was away again, Dom Young, down the right side. Execution there again from the Knights.
That's where you turn the ball over to, Kevy, right on the halfway, or just over the halfway line. They're in the territory now of the Newcastle Knights. I'll tell you what they've done well, the speed of the line. They haven't ball watched here this afternoon. We know what potent attacking players the Bulldogs have, but the Knights have been up in their face.
There is the Red Bull Momentum Tracker brought to you by Fox AI. You can see Newcastle enjoying the spoils of the momentum, but they only lead 4-0. Set restart Bulldogs. Salmon backs over the 30. Galvin sends Tupanua back into the middle. Haywood goes right. Here's Tracy. Tuala. Still burrowing. About 2 metres out from Newcastle's line. Preston in at dummy half. Seems to be running okay. Galvin back centre field. Newcastle rush up on him. Frisell swamps him. They'll go left again. Burton straight at the line. Tracy on the other side. Here's Crichton. Danger. Back to Burton. The little grubber, but not deep enough. Bradman Best does well. Does very well.
He's done some big plays, hasn't he? Both ends of the field. Bradman Best cleans it up there. The grubber kick just come off the side of the boot there of Galvin. Right on the spot there. Bradman Best playing brilliantly this afternoon for the Newcastle Knights.
Both teams so far, when they get into red zone, just haven't been able to ice those end of sets, have they, Kevin?
No. Well, let's give the defence some credit as well. Both teams scrambling well, and the Bulldogs are the second best defensive team in the league. So there's been a good effort from the Knights too. Oh.
Good short ball there, well handled by Lucas in traffic. We just saw the Westpac red zone. Both teams having an even share inside the other's 20. Who can break this game open before half-time?
Yeah, we've got a big 10 minutes left, haven't we? Just over 10 minutes on the clock. Very even contest.
Harrison Graham in the 19 out there for the Newcastle Knights. We saw him a couple of weeks ago against Manly. Called in when Ponga and Brown got injured.
He's a good young hooker.
The ball skips past Tupanua onto Preston.
They've done their homework at Lockie Galvin, going at the line and trying to put Preston through.
Still feeling that leg. Galvin the bomb. Tracy chasing through. Up goes Hunt. Batted backwards. Play on Newcastle.
That's a good tactic from the Bulldogs. Get the ball up high in the air, and you got to compete on it though. And Connor Tracy was there. He just couldn't get his hands on the ball.
The run meter's quite even as well between these two sides. It has been a very tightly fought contest to start your Super Saturday here on Fox League. We've got the Panthers and Eels coming up next. We finish off in Townsville with the Cowboys hosting the Storm. Plenty of rugby league action to come on your Saturday afternoon. Tracy. Chopped down by McEwen. Here's Kiraz in for a carry. Another offload. He was the top offloader in the season last year. Showing there why they'll go the early shift out to Tuala. Montoya, straight and hard. Salmon. All playing on demand. Galvin now. Out to Tuala. Best all over him. Last tackle for the Dogs. Pass back centre field to Burton. He'll go the bomb again. This one an end over end. Not that deep, so allowed to mark for Kiraz. And he puts it down. Newcastle ball.
We can't play on handover Knights.
Well, they hang on again, the Knights. Some good scramble. Working hard for each other from the inside. Just both teams just starting to look a little bit tired. Someone can grab the game here, one of these playmakers. Get some points for their side.
7 minutes to play in this first half. Frisell. Graham in a dummy half, spots some space, goes straight through Harrison Graham. No one with him at the moment. Gets past Tracy. He's still going, the young hooker. Pushed over by Galvin.
Go right.
6 again. Newcastle. The Bulldogs on the ropes here, but Sandon Smith's got no one with him. Hopwood eventually takes the tackle. Needs some composure here, Newcastle. Well, reset through McEwen, he goes straight over the top of Tupanua. Good hard run. Here's another hard run from Tyson Frisell. Right under the black dot. Newcastle finally break through for their second.
Yeah, and the Harvey Norman replay will show that man who made the initial break, Harrison Graham, the key man in this short pass out of dummy half. It's exactly what the Knights needed, points, because they've had a lot of possession. Little show there from Graham, and he just splits the Bulldogs' defence open. No support, so wisely he takes the tackle here. They get 6 again, and again through the middle here of the Bulldog. This is a good run, this run. Quick play the ball, and Harrison Graham, sharp dummy half, gives it to the veteran, Tyson Frisell, and over he goes.
Yeah, gee, he did well. The young fella there, Harrison Graham, for the break. Did well to take the tackle. Looming up back on the inside was Fletcher Hunt, but he ran away from him. Did well to take the tackle. Good straight running, Frisell. He just noticed that they were a little bit slow to get back, the Bulldogs, after the long-range break. That's the way, straight through the middle, a little bit of leg speed. He's been good since he's come on, Tyson Frisell, and he gets their second.
Tyson Frisell in game 285. 15 away from that magic 300. And he gets a try. Newcastle's second of the afternoon, and could be a crucial one in this contest. 5 minutes out from half-time. Sandon Smith missed his first attempt from out on the right touchline. This time, nice and easy from in front. There is your try scorer, but set up by Harrison Graham. What a masterstroke from Justin Holbrook to bring him into the side. And McEwen, he's been charging hard on that right edge. Gets the quick play the ball on that occasion. And it was Graham in at dummy half again who put Frisell over. So he has made a big impact, the number 19 for Newcastle.
Yeah. A couple of telling tackles on the try line as well when he's been out there. Good work from the young number 9.
Well, the good thing about it, after they made the long-range break, they kept playing direct, straight through the middle. As I said, the Doggies struggled to get back that 10 metres. Frisell, with that little bit of leg speed and experience, got him behind them and scores the try.
Here comes Marju off the kick-off himself. Graham came across to the Knights from the Dolphins this year. He's only on a development deal. Certainly putting his name up in lights for Justin Holbrook. Frisell. Almost 35 years of age and still getting it done, Tyson Frisell. Here goes Graham again. All kinds of space around that Bulldogs middle as the half wears on. McEwen, he's having a game, the 20-year-old. Just his 20th game of first grade. Could play the ball again. Newcastle. The kick from Graham. He'll chase his own kick.
Hang on.
The ball just gathered by the Dogs, it appears, and grounded in goal. What a kick, Harrison Graham.
He's pulling all the skills out, Harrison Graham. Beautiful little grubber in behind the defensive line. Nice shape on the ball as well.
What about the confidence of the young fella to come on and have that sort of impact? Sucking in the big ones at the moment, the young fella.
So the Dogs, a familiar sight this half, dropouts. This occasion they win one. Their 5th this afternoon. There's a Knight left in backfield there after that collision. Phoenix Crosland. Looks like a bit of claret coming from the nose.
Head bin a Rugby.
All right. Tackle 3.
Might have been a bit of friendly fire here. Oh, he's crunched between both of them. Hips into both sides of his head.
No thanks.
It looked like a Bulldog after that.
That's rare, you don't see that often. He'll come from the field, Phoenix Crosland. He'll be assessed at half-time. Croker, the man, back onto the field for the Knights. Yet to use Cant, Gamble or DeCourcy on their bench. Let's go down to Lara Pitt on the sideline.
Yeah, we've been trying to find out how Josh Curran is. He just emerged from the sheds. He had heavy taping and strapping under his jersey on those ribs. He tried to get through a fitness test, didn't look comfortable.
There's the kick from Preston. Allowed to bounce a little too long there from Newcastle. Eventually, Marju cleans it up. A little bit sloppy there from the Knights, but they survive. 3 minutes to play. Bradman Best. They've had some good halves this season, Newcastle. The one against Manly springs to mind when they lost Brown and Ponga, but they've been brave here in this first half. Been under pressure defensively, lost a man to the bin with Dylan Lucas. But yet, they look like they're going to lead into half-time. Kiraz. Crabs are back across field. They'll go all the way out to Montoya. So the Dogs with one last shot. The low ball picked up well from Kiraz. Another offload, Jacob Kiraz. But the ball put down by Galvin. And now Newcastle, if they pack the scrum quickly, will get last say in this half blocker.
Yeah, they had 6 errors too, and most of them, the bulk of them, been coming off their own line or in their own half. Galvin getting another opportunity. Let's see if they attack straight away from the scrum here. Newcastle, have a look at their formation. They might as well keep playing right up to the half-time siren. Have a dig in this set here. Try and get on that scoreboard again. Throw caution to the wind in this set.
Lara just telling us downstairs that Josh Curran tried to do a bit of a fitness test and went back up the tunnel for the Dogs, so she'll chase more information on that at half-time. But right now, the Dogs, his side, need to survive one more set. 1 minute to play in the first half. This would be huge for the Knights. Tackled on the third. Hopwood in the 16, plays the ball. Sandon Smith out the back to Fletcher Sharp, comes off his left, gives it to Dylan Lucas, and he'll score! After spending 10 minutes in the bin for a brain fade earlier in the game, he gets a crucial try for the Knights on the stroke of half-time.
Yeah, the Harvey Norman replay. Lucas gets the try, but it's Sharp that runs at the line with a little bit of footwork. I'm glad they kept playing right up to the half-time. They get another try here. The Harvey Norman replay. Here's the mistake. Galvin. The knock-on straight away. Good field position straight away for the Newcastle Knights. They go out to their right-hand side, come back to the left. And it's Sharp with a little bit of footwork at the line. Lucas just pushes up in support and scores the try. And Newcastle, who would have thought? 14-0 with the kick to come.
Great footwork, Fletcher Sharp. His impact immediate, returning from that PCL injury. And Dylan Lucas, as we said, sin-binned for tackling Connor Tracy as he ran from his in-goal after getting a 7-tackle set. They're just taking a look at that shot from kick-out as well on Sandon Smith. So it could be a double blow here for the Dogs. And Lucas, in his 45th game of first grade, had a lot of injuries last year. An ankle injury, or a hamstring injury, then a foot injury that ended his season. But he's a guy that's been spoken about in New South Wales bolter circles.
Yeah, well, don't forget he's been up against Jacob Preston here this afternoon. He's got the bickies at half-time.
So this is a scoreline you wouldn't have seen coming. 16-0 to the Newcastle Knights over the Canterbury-Bankstown Bulldogs in their first game at home this season, the Dogs. Let's go on field with Lara Pitt.
Ball, which helps, but you know, we know they'll come out for in the second half.
You give the full
with a try right before.
We'll let him off for that one, Jakey. He scored a try when it mattered most.
Well, I'll tell you what, you'd be eager to get out there in the second half. You want the half-time to go pretty quickly if you're the Newcastle Knights. And they get the first taste of the second half here.
And they do that through Greg Marju. That is Dylan Lucas. Just they're running a short line off Fletcher Sharp right before half-time. And that man, Harrison Graham, he was electric, as Blocker mentioned. Came on, made a break, put in some great kicks. Threw a try assist to Tyson Frisell as well. McEwen was good.
He had a big first half, didn't he? And the Knights focused a lot of their attack around that dummy half area. Around the plate of ball. Great success. They need to do that again.
Jacob Kiraz quickly shifts the ball. They've created a bit of space already, the Dogs. Montoya steals 20 metres. Going to have to come up with some enterprising play in this second half to claw back a 16-0 lead. Tupanua, he had the most metres of any Dogs forward in that first half, despite coming off the bench. Burton throws the dummy, goes straight through Matt Burton. Crichton looming up, throws the offload, but it goes to Dane Gagai, who'll turn around and go straight straight on the counter-attack. One gone begging for the Dogs.
Well, they should have converted that one, Burton. We love it when he runs the ball. Big, strong 5'8". Let's have a look at the replay here. Straight through, slices through, and then just the pass goes amiss here.
Yeah, geez, you want to hope it's not one of those afternoons for the Bulldogs. They've created plenty of chances in the first half. Great scramble from the Newcastle Knights, but there's the first opportunity. Good break there made by Burton, just couldn't finish it off.
They did have a lot of running early in that first half, got over the line through Max King, but yet to post any points, the Dogs. McEwen again.
Right back.
Last tackle. Smith on the right side. Goes the end-over-end bomb. Gagai coming through. Tracy runs away from him and goes straight in between two as we go downstairs to Lara Pitt.
The messages from the sheds, gents. Justin Holbrook, the leading team, praised his middles, his starting middles, and he's challenged the bench middles to set up this win for their return to the field. He wants to see the Knights go for more points. From the Bulldogs, very disappointed Cam Serraldo, felt they played too laterally. His simple message was play more direct. And Josh Curran, it is rib cartilage and looking very unlikely to return.
He was whacked in the ribs by Pasami Sulo with a great hit as the Dogs attack the line. Here's Galvin.
Straight, Dylan, lock in.
That is the last. Burton, he went to the spiral bomb a couple of times in the first half. This time, end over end again. Dom Young plants his feet and gets down to the ground quickly. Hunt, chopped down by Kiraz. Quick short side play. McEwen takes the hit. Here's Gagai. Just 20 out from his own line. Hopwood, as I mentioned, his second game in first grade. Debuted in round 27 last year when the Knights were flogged 66-10 by the Eels. He's having a better afternoon so far. Tracy on the run. Will come back towards halfway. Some early territory for the Dogs. The fans try to rally their team here. Burton made the break just a few minutes ago. Takes that carry. Now they'll shift right. Burton goes to the line, goes short to Preston. Fletcher Sharp swamps him and rides him into the ground. Tupanua, hard, direct, just like Cameron Serraldo asked. Hurtman, Burton now, the grubber. It takes a deflection and picked up by Fletcher Hunt under pressure.
Well, that's the way to attack the ball when the ball's grubbered through like that.
He went after a blocker, didn't he?
That was good play there from Fletcher Hunt. Attack the football and have a look at this set here. They're up over the 30 already.
Justin Holbrook called Fletcher Hunt fearless this week, and there is a perfect example of it. Putting his head in the way as he takes that ball and gets his team back on the front foot. Crossland on to Frisell. Right on halfway. Smith kicks again. Didn't do a lot of kicking last week, Sandon Smith. That was Tyson Gamble's responsibility, but not in the side this week. Smith's kicked well.
Yeah, he has, and continually, it's just the repeat button there for the Knights. Getting through their sets, get the ball off your line and get the ball down the other end of the field, then defend well. That's what they've been doing all game.
Salmon, the link man, out to Tuala. Slight bit of ascendancy for the Dogs in this first half. They're just making meters, just making the Knights miss a few tackles.
I'll tell you what they've got to do. They've got to get Kick out of the ball a little bit more.
They'll bypass him on this occasion, go to Crichton. The kick in behind the line, but Hunt is there and has no problems.
He's only had the 2 runs kick out.
We did see him hurt his leg a little bit in that first half. It seems to be running all right now. There's Gagai.
He's good for a carry, Gagai, and an offload, isn't he? Well, oh, gee.
Kick out, nothing wrong with his leg there. He absolutely monsters Hunt. Right now the Knights just trapped in their own end. Frisell. He was a try scorer in the first half. Harrison Graham, why wouldn't he kick? Everything he's touched has turned to gold all afternoon. Looks for the 40-20, it'll get to the 20, but cut off by Tracy. Montoya, centre field, and the Knights are there to greet him. Good kick, Harrison Graham.
Yeah, and a good chase as well from the Knights players supporting their kicker.
Just have a look at the Dogs trying to get behind the ball here. There's still 5 of them.
The offload helps. Here's Galvin showing his running game. Now Crichton in for some work. Flick pass. Galvin again. Probes with the ball in hand. The appeal for the penalty. Unheard by Peter Goff is Tupanua. Running straight and hard once again. The Dogs still without points. Is it coming here? Tracy on to Tuala. Tuala beats 2, comes back. Hunt there to greet him. 1 metre out from the Knights line. Hayward at first receiver. Galvin, they've gone back 20 metres. Crichton, ball playing now. Set restart, they've created space. That pass on the line. Kiraz for the corner, gets the offload back in, and Matt Burton will score. The offload of Jacob Kiraz is almost unstoppable, and the Bulldogs are finally on the board.
Yeah, Kiraz does enormously well to get that ball back on the inside. Perfect bounce there. The Bulldogs, you just get the feeling they need that 1 try. They've got it back, trying to hem them back.
Gee, I thought there was a forward pass here, Steve.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Here's the Harvey Norman replay. We have a look. Crichton's moved into the 6 jersey. He's moved closer to the ball. It opens up a 3-on-2 here. This one here. That's a metre forward, is it not?
I think you're right.
And then this offload back on the inside, the bounce. Look, there's 4 Knights players there and 1 Bulldogs player. This one here. You know, anyway, they miss these all the time. But look at my point is that the Knights players on the screen here, and a good bounce, a fortunate bounce up there for Bulldogs and the Burton, and he goes over.
Well, he showed great strength to be able to stand in the tackle. They've scrambled so well in this game. Kiraz it is, beats 1, he's got 2 on top of him. A perfect bounce up there for Burton. And he gets over. They needed to get a scrappy try or a lucky one. They've done that now. Very important kick, this one. Try and convert the try. Stephen Crichton. They're first to score. They needed to be first to score in the second half, and they've done that, the Dogs. That might loosen them up a little bit now.
That was Jacob Kiraz's 4th offload of the afternoon. As I said, he was the best in the competition all last year. That one special with 3 Knights on top of him.
We should have been buried there.
Crichton steps up, turns 4 into 6, and the Doggies finally barking here this afternoon.
Well, the good thing is, Jake, once you get a try and early in the second half, let's see. I'm going to say they've been a little bit flat this afternoon. The Doggies just sitting back waiting for someone else to do something. Maybe that's the kick that they need. Score first in the second half here, 16-6. Game on.
And as I mentioned earlier, this is the start of a tough 3-game run for the Dogs. They've got the Rabbitohs on Good Friday. Next week, always a massive occasion, big crowd expected. And then Penrith the week after that. So this game, one they'll want to steal the 2 points from. Currently down by 10. Tupanua. He's been their best forward all afternoon. Toya. Here is kick out. Winds up. That's what we need from Viliami, kick out. Salmon on the back of it, over halfway. Good meters from the Dogs here. They're up and about. Tracy throws the dummy, goes himself. 60 metres on the run, the Dogs. Galvin, the chip to Maju, taken by Preston. And the penalty, he's tackled in the air.
Yeah, well, there was no Knights players wanting to contest the ball. And Preston went up for it. Might have been Greg Maju tackled him in the air. Another set of 6 here.
Gee, that was the best set of 6 there of the game for the Bulldogs. As I said, they scored that try only moments ago. Some power running through the middle. Here they come.
The Bulldogs riding the wave of energy from the crowd. Their first home game of the season. That's Kurt Mann. Tackled centre field. Haywood. Galvin. There is Preston. Tupanua hard. Deserves a try. Not on this occasion. Galvin has to go down for it. Crichton, we know he can put in a great little grubber. That time, Hunt across to it. The call of held. And Newcastle just outside their own goal line.
Yeah, the Dogs are raising the temperature, aren't they? The intensity of this game. We haven't seen, I don't think we've seen a Newcastle have the ball inside the Dogs' half this whole first half. That's just been all the Bulldogs territory-wise.
What do you think of the fact that it looks like Stephen Crichton's maybe playing in that 6 role when they're in attacking position, Kevin?
Well, he's definitely moved in there. He's defending there now as well, so that's a tactical change. Trying to get their skipper involved. It's had good effect so far. He's already laid on a try.
So he is defending inside Matt Burton at the moment, Stephen Crichton. Here is Kiraz. Set restart the Dogs. So everything going their way here in the second half. Tuala. Tackled on the halfway line. Kurt Mann. That's Tupanua out on the left side now. Haywood scoops it off the ground and kick out. Steals another 15 metres. Gets a beautiful offload away. Second phase play from the Dogs. Tracy. Tuala comes back in off his right. 20 metres out from Newcastle's line. Galvin. Allowed to run a little bit more. That's the last tackle. Here is Burton. Burton goes straight and hard, and he'll score. As easy as you like, Matt Burton. Here come the Bulldogs.
Well, haven't they found some energy? Matt Burton has made a number of breaks here this afternoon. This time he just pins the ears back and scores a Harvey Norman replay. They just got on too much of a roll. I'll tell you what they've done. Tupanua and also kick out, getting themselves involved in the game. There's the offload there from kick out. They shift the ball straight over to the right-hand side again, and then they play the ball. They come back. Look at them, straight at the advantage line. Backs himself that time, Burton, and goes over. Back-to-back tries for the Dogs.
Yeah, they just didn't get off the line, the Knights. Look, a metre or two off your try line. You've got to get off your line nice and straight. They opened up the corridor as the try is confirmed for Burton to go through. Just got to get off your line there. And the big players for the Bulldogs coming to the fore.
A double for Matt Burton. And that was Cameron Ciraldo's message at half-time. Just play straight, run hard. They weren't doing enough of that in the first 40, and that's what we've seen from their back rowers in particular.
Yeah, Tupanua's been outstanding, hasn't he? He's really laid the platform and set the standard for the Doggies in the second half here. was supposed to start the game. They moved him back to the bench as an impact player, as the coach, Cameron Scioldo, told us. An impact player, back rower, keeps the tempo of the game going. The Doggies with a little bit more ball and field position, they've been able to go back to back.
.24 minutes to play in this game. The margin goes from 6 to 4. The Dogs fans very happy. There is a report here. I think it's Viliani kick out. It was a hip drop tackle a little bit earlier. See it here on Tyson Frisell. Drops his weight. Thoughts on that, Kevin?
Yeah, well, I don't know a lot about the hip drop, but he's obviously on report for a reason, but I don't know if he's going to have too much to answer for there. Not your classic hip drop.
When someone gets past you, what are you supposed to do? Someone gets past you, you've got to do your best to get him on the ground, but
You've got to hang on to him, yeah.
he might be in a little bit of trouble, Kevin.
You think he might be?
Looking at that replay, yeah.
The hip drop, a contentious issue at the moment in the game. We saw Toby Couchman
Yeah, he got
suspended
suspended
this week.
Well, the good thing is Tyson Frisell is up and about, so that might help him a little bit.
Here is kick out. He has come alive in this second half. Intent in his charges, and they've created more space, the Dogs. Their momentum unstoppable at the moment. Frisell comes out to put pressure on. Burton. There's the spiral. We saw it twice in the first half. This time, Dom Young finally puts his name on it.
Yeah, he wanted the Dom Young, he went after it. Fletcher Hunt was there in support.
Isn't it amazing when you've got to try and stem the momentum? It's got to be a big effort here from the Newcastle Knights. They haven't been up in the half of the Dogs yet in this second half. Got to try and find something.
And they've got some fresh men on the field. That'll help. Bring some energy to their attack. They've got to get the ball down the field. Big carries, some strong carries. That one.
There is the Red Bull Momentum Tracker, brought to you by Fox AI. The Dogs dominating this second half. Couple of changes. Here goes Hunt. Off the pass from Thomas Cant, who's on the field in the 14 for Newcastle. Sandon Smith, he's got space to run here, Sandon Smith. Gagai puts in a little rubber down the sideline. Tracy just everywhere and bringing it back with such venom as always. Kiraz. He set up the first try for the Dogs with an unbelievable pass as he went over the touchline. Galvin. He's close to running 100 metres already, Lachlan Galvin. Set restart Bulldogs. Newcastle, can they hold on? Great tip on. Out to Montoya. Offload. They're throwing the ball at will, the Bulldogs. Galvin's happy to run all day. They can take the lead here. Short ball to Tupanua. They're set to the left. Burton and Crichton. Kickow out there as well. Here is Burton. Will come off the left. He already has 2 tries, Matt Burton. Straightens up. Keeps fighting. Newcastle, their defence holds strong. Galvin puts it down. And they can take a breath for the moment, the Knights.
Yeah, only a slight breath because the Bulldogs are coming, and they're coming in numbers that back into their style and their flow of football. Unfortunate there, Galvin just couldn't control the ball. It's good pressure, wasn't it?
Yeah, we see him do the same thing in the first half too, that just turned the screws on his team. Exactly the same thing. They were full of running there. They had all the momentum. A mistake by Galvin. He's been good this afternoon, but just a couple of mistakes. The Knights with it all to do. Try and find a pass somewhere. You run one out against the Bulldogs in the mood they're in now and where they've got you on the field. They'll make you pay.
Newcastle inside their 10. Let's go downstairs to Lara Pitt.
Yeah, plenty of tactical chat between the Bulldogs bench and their star players, Matt Burton and Stephen Crichton, happening down here when they took the conversion before. I can confirm Burton and Stephen Crichton have been given a licence to switch up their positions as they see fit to start this second half, and it certainly got Newcastle a little bit frazzled.
Certainly has. As I mentioned, Galvin's running freely, Burton close to 100 metres as well.
There's a crusher there from King over the top, which is a relieving penalty for the Bulldogs. He's on report as well.
So this is a huge let-off for Newcastle and a chance to regain some control in this game because they have been on the back foot heavily. How much juice have they got? Because the Bulldogs have come out from half-time and they have been relentless. Good run. Sandon Smith down the outside. McEwen, he's got Dom Young right next to him. Does he draw him past Young? Down the sideline. He's way too quick. Newcastle, after absolutely getting hammered for the first 20 minutes of this second half, have scored another long-range try.
Well, how a game can change so quickly and turn so quickly. The speed of Dom Young again, scintillating down this right-hand touchline. Well, the Bulldogs, they won this is tackle 2 from a tap. One defender on the short side, and away they went. McEwen, it was great work. He just fed his speedster, and no one's going to catch Dom Young, and over he goes. What a brilliant try by the Knights block.
Yeah, the Harvey Norman replay. That's sensational stuff from Sandon Smith. Out of dummy half. Watch him take off here. Once he gets the football, they had to turn around and chase. And he took off. Locks flowing out the back.
Well, he's close to that touchline too, as the Knights fans look on. What do you think, Jake?
Well done, Jermaine McEwen. He summed up that situation perfectly. Just got Connor Tracy interested enough and then finds Dom Young. But the work from Sandon Smith, guys.
Yeah.
50th game in the NRL. What an astute signing he's been for Newcastle when you consider the injuries that they've had in the halves, and he's come on and played really well.
Yeah, so important for their side, isn't he? He's a little schemer, no doubt about that. They'll run to the pump. A couple of doggies after making the tackle, laying in and around the play the ball. He picked it up pretty quickly, skirts up the sideline. Not much room there for them to play in, but once Dom Young got the ball, she was all over.
How much does that deflate the Bulldogs? When you've been on the attack like that, you're getting all the ascendancy, and then bang, Newcastle score.
Yeah, it takes a bit out of your energy, but they've got to find it again. There's still plenty of time in this game for both teams to secure a win. 18 minutes, in fact.
It's a big kick, this one.
Sandon Smith, he started the movement from dummy half. From the touchline, he's pulled it left. So the margin remains 8. Newcastle lead it 20-12. 18 minutes to play in your first game on Super Saturday. It is a great contest, a seesawing affair between the Knights and the Bulldogs. And Newcastle just lengthen their lead a little bit.
Well, they certainly do. And that's the man there, Dom Young. Try number 2. He loves it too. Wingers, they love scoring tries. Well, that's what they're there for, Block. Score tries like that. His speed down the touchline was the one that got him over the line.
Well, McEwen did well there too, just to draw in the fullback. The fullback had to mark 2 players that time. McEwen with the offload on the outside. Dom Young with the speed. It was a good hit back. They were under the pump, the Knights. They needed something. It was a long-range try again from them.
Of course, they scored a long-range effort in the first half through Dom Young, so they've counter-punched well, the Knights, today. This your first game on a Super Saturday. Up next, we're heading up the road to CommBank Stadium. The Eels and the Panthers, before we finish off with the Cowboys and the Storm from Townsville. No place like Fox League for all your rugby league action. Tracy, hit by Gagai, perfectly timed. How do the Bulldogs regather composure? Sean O'Sullivan in the 17 for the Dogs onto the field. His 6th club in the NRL.
Yeah, he's playing in the 9 jumper for the Dogs. It's going to be this left edge with Crichton, Burton, kick out for the Dogs.
That'll help.
There's Crichton already.
Just trying to slow it down a little bit. Crichton always poking his nose through. They tried to hold on to him a little bit too long.
So captain chance from Newcastle,
Gonna
challenging
challenge
the
it.
on-field decision of a strip.
There's a hand on
Looking at
that
the actions
ball
here of
already.
Sandon Smith. His hand's cupped under the ball. And then he pulls the ball out of the ball carrier's hands. The challenge by Newcastle Knights is
Crichton's let that
unsuccessful.
Crichton's just let that go block, hasn't he?
A little bit of gamesmanship there.
Yeah.
As soon as you saw that hand on the ball, but you thought it's going to
You
be
let it
hard.
go as soon as you got the hand
It's going to be
on
hard to overturn as well. So, challenge gone from Newcastle.
Well, it's a win there for Crichton.
The Bulldogs through Max King. 35 out.
Gee, if they can score next, what a finish we're going to have here. Tupanua again. But his work rate.
Over 130 metres off the bench for Satili Tupanua. Galvin, who's done this a lot. Throwing the dummy and then looking for the run. Kurt Mann playing more of that first receiver role. Connor Tracy. He throws his own dummy. O'Sullivan into dummy half. Galvin, this time he passes, kick out. Can't get the arm free. McEwen there to wrap him up. Last tackle Bulldogs. O'Sullivan the kick. Crossland cuts it off. Newcastle survive again.
Yeah, just a metre off their try line. Some of the Knights players claiming he was hit high there, Crossland. But it was a terrific save, getting back for his team. Oh, he's a warrior.
He's been in the wars, Phoenix Crossland. Got his head stuck between 2 second rowers' hips in that first half. That caused the blood nose. Still out there, toughing it out in the middle. Croker. 14 minutes to play. An age of time in the modern game. Sharp to do the kicking. Tracy. Over 150 metres on the day for the Bulldogs fullback.
Yeah, he's been good again, hasn't he? And still, he could be the influence in this game. Another penalty.
The crusher.
One down there.
So this,
Victoria this time.
this was Newcastle last week, guys. Their discipline let them down. They gave away crucial penalties at crucial times.
Yeah, well, the thing is, the game's been breakneck speed here in the second half. They're just trying to slow them down a little bit, but you've got to be careful. Giving away penalties, discipline from the Knights are in front, 20-12. Can't afford to let them get into your own half or into your half that comfortably.
So Matt Croker on report for that crusher. Here's the Westpac red zone. So the Dogs have got an advantage in that department, 24-18. They'll have a few more coming here. Is there a third try in the offering for Cameron Ciraldo's men? In their first game at home for the season, Tracy is belted by Bradman Best, and he's forced the error, Bradman. He's fired up.
Yeah. And look at the energy coming from the Knights players as well. He's fired a few of his teammates up too. Connor Tracy trying to get on his outside, and Bradman Best said, "Cop some of this." And he tried to get him over the sideline, but it didn't matter. The pure strength of Best.
Well, we said in the first half that we thought the Dogs were a little bit sideways. And they straightened that up to start the second half with some great runs through the middle, and again that time tried to get on the outside of his man, a little bit sideways. Good tackle from Best. That's a big play.
You're exactly right, Blocker. That was Cameron Ciraldo's message, straighten up. They did that. They scored 2 tries. Caught going across field on that occasion. Hunt plays the ball. Good line speed from Preston there to meet Thomas Cant. Here's Saifidi. He inspired the team in the first half. The cutout ball to Marju. Cuts out 2 of them. Does well to stay in, Greg Marju, but dangerous play from Newcastle. Croker.
For a hip
In
drop
pain,
there.
yeah.
Yep, lands on the back of the legs. Lockie
Well,
Galvin
drop
this
behind.
time.
Yeah, time's off. Take your
The
time.
players know straight away how to react. They call for it straight away. Just watch Galvin, just gets past him and just drops down at the back.
He did lose his feet there, dropped his weight. That's the one they are trying to rule out, where a player intentionally loses his feet to drag a guy down.
Fortunate no injury there to either player.
He's on report, but Lachlan Galvin. Kick out on report for a hip drop as well.
See, we saw the Dogs go back-to-back early in the second half. Can the Knights go back-to-back now? It's a great try to their winger again in Dom Young. He looks the most likely if they can get him the football.
Their best attack has come from outside the red zone this afternoon, the Knights, and that is not what they needed at this point in the game. They get a little bit discombobulated when they get down this end. They've done their best attacking from well out.
Yeah, big play there from kick out. Getting up over the line. Gets the ball back for the Dogs.
King. Starting to get into the crunch minutes here. 10 minutes and change to play in this one. Crichton playing first receiver, given that licence to roam. Tipped up by Dom Young. They will not catch him. Tuala will come from the far side in vain. That's a hat trick for Dom Young. And is it enough to get the Knights home this afternoon?
I think it will be. Dom Young, try number 3 for the Knights. Well, it was make or break there, and he rolled the dice and got it right. He's the intercept king for the Knights. Down their right side, and he's happy too, the big fella. The Harvey Norman replay will show. Was it Connor Tracy looking for the cutout pass, and he was in the passing lane, like all good wingers. And you're never going to catch him with a head start, are you, Blocker?
No, there's no way you're going to catch him there. Didn't he take off too? Just eased into the last 10 metres. Goes in for his hat-trick. They're trying to dig into the line, the Dogs. This has been their preferred side on the left-hand side in the second half. Beautifully read there by Dom Young, and away he went.
Yeah, it's their go-to side, isn't it? You know, with kick out, Burton, Crichton. And on that occasion, he picked the fruit off. Good work from Dom Young. Good experienced wing play, getting in the pass lane. So the Knights, well, what an upset this will be.
Can't they score some long-range tries here this afternoon? Dom Young with a hat-trick. You could see it was only a little bit earlier when Best made a tackle and forced the error on Connor Tracy. You've seen the reaction from the teammates. Well, have a look at it again here. After he scores the try, Dom Young, they're all up and about.
Certainly are. And so 24-12 with just 8 and a bit minutes to go. Who would have thought?
The speed of Dom Young has been a massive factor in this game. He's turned now 3 half chances into tries.
No, you're 100% right there, Jake. Half chances become tries with good players and good wingers who can finish like Dom Young. Got off to a good start in the first half. Well, looks like he's going to finish it off here.
8 minutes to play. This kick will put it outside a 2 converted try lead for the Knights. I'll put the mocker on Sandon Smith because He shanks it right, so 12 points, still hope for the Dogs. And this man, Dom Young, that is his 79th try of his career in game 96, so he has an unbelievable strike rate.
You know the other unbelievable thing about that, he didn't really try and snatch the ball, he just tipped it up. He knew exactly what he was doing there.
Stay on.
Tipped it on for himself and away he went.
Adam O'Brien, you can see there, he knows Dom Young very well. Help bring Dom Young to the Knights from England. Preston gets up high, bats it back for the Dogs. So if they're going to score, they need to do it quickly. Max King. They've had really good passages, the Bulldogs. Sean O'Sullivan playing in that first receiver role there, shuffles it on to kick out. He has made a big difference in this second half. Does he have another momentum swinger? Here's Crichton chiming in. He'll throw the long ball. Out to Tuala. Bradman Best again. It's been a great battle out there on that left edge. Burton. Crichton. The early ball to kick out. Back inside. Bit of hot potato from the Dogs. Tracy. Cut off on his outside. Comes back inside. Beats one. Last tackle. Throwing it around the Dogs. Crichton. The long pass. It looked like it went forward. It's planted by Kiraz on the wing. It took a deflection.
Comes off the head on the pass.
But they're going to give it. Off the head. You heard the call from Peter Goff.
Just watch the way he holds the ball out here for the Harvey Norman replay. Stephen Crichton, some razzle-dazzle stuff there in that set from the Bulldogs. Comes off the head of one of the opponents here. Oh, no, it doesn't. Comes off. Who's it come off there?
It doesn't matter, Blocker. That's a forward pass. Look at this out of the hands. That's nearly hit Gago in the head.
It's hard to argue that does look forward out of the hands. Also the put down.
It was off Burton.
Yeah, they've got to have a look first, don't they?
Yeah, they can't obviously check the forward pass. Comes off the head. Let's have a look at the put down here from Kiraz.
Oh, he's got it, I think.
Do you reckon?
Well, I thought it was a forward pass, so what would I know?
Here we go. Let's have another look. Fingertip maybe?
Yeah, he's got enough on it. Crichton hold the ball out in front of him. Hit Burton on the way through. A little bit of luck going their way. Razzle-dazzle from the Dogs. They're not done with yet.
No.
Try confirm.
This kick, huge. To make it a one-score game from the touchline at Accor Stadium. Stephen Crichton puts it left. So 8 points still in it. The Knights 24-16, but still 5 minutes to play. The clock stops. Plenty of time for the Dogs.
Yeah, there certainly is plenty of time for the Dogs. We know they can score points, but again, a bit of luck going here. Fortuitous luck for the Bulldogs. Haven't seen too many tries like that in our game. Off the head. But it is play on. It's in the rules. And he does get the ball down here. Let's have a look. Yeah. Fair try.
Do you get a try assist for that, Matt Burton? Either way, it results in 4 points. Tupanua. For the back fence carry. 6 minutes to play. Preston.
Let go. Okay, Bradman.
Montoya takes it past the 30. Do they use the ball a little bit?
Yeah, quick play the ball needed here. That's a good smothering tackle, taking the ground really slow.
They've got momentum here, the Dogs. O'Sullivan.
Do they run it here?
Last tackle. No, they go the bomb into the corner of Marju, the sun in his eyes. Newcastle, they just need to play it safe coming out of their own end here. Bradman Best has come up with some great moments.
He's had a lot of mates out there this afternoon. There's Dom Young. Hat-trick for him, getting in and rolling the sleeves up, doing the tough stuff. Not just sitting back on his heel.
Frisell, tireless. Try scorer as well. Fletcher sharp. Sandon Smith now comes down the short side, a wonky kick. Finds grass, but then bounces on quickly to Connor Tracy. So the Dogs, if they hold onto the ball here, they should have an attacking kick at the end of this set. They've dominated the territory in the second half. You can see it there. 40 tackles to 6. All the running in the second half, but Newcastle, they have scored against the grain to lead this game. It's Lachlan Galvin's 15th carry of the afternoon. O'Sullivan shuffles it on.
Here we go.
It's the last tackle. Is it now or never for the Dogs? The grubber, well done there. Fletcher sharp, employing his fullback skills. No, it's Phoenix Crossland. Got the long blonde hair confused. Well done, Phoenix Crossland. Another tireless effort. Look at him. That's a warrior.
That'll be sore tomorrow morning. It'll be even better if they win.
You don't feel the pain after wins, do you, Vaughn? Especially wins like this.
Been gutsy from the Knights. They looked like they were coming to get him early in that second half. They were first to score, the Dogs. Been a great effort from Newcastle.
Still 2 minutes to play, but they have done this without their two best players. No Kalen Ponga, no Dylan Brown. Starting to see a few Bulldogs fans get up and head towards the exits here at Accor Stadium.
Just goes to show you got to play every week, doesn't it? You got to be consistent. Can't think you just turn up and win.
Dylan, that was 10 metres. You're inside, offside of the kick.
Now here we go. They've got to go quickly, the Dogs.
They've got to get behind the ball first.
So they'll need to score quickly and stop the clock. They're starting to get into miracle territory for the Bulldogs.
Okay, Tyson.
Tupanua. Tireless for the Dogs this afternoon. Can't fault his effort. King stands in the play the ball. Here is Galvin. He's thrown a lot of dummies and run this afternoon, Lachlan Galvin. Crichton playing in that second receiver. They've created space, but kick out slips over. Couldn't get the pass to Carraz on the wing. Last tackle, Bulldogs. Is this their last chance to conjure something amazing? They'll run it. Galvin, the grubber for himself. Both Fletcher Sharp and Hunter there. They'll shuffle it dead, and that should be enough for the Knights.
Well, the good thing here for the Bulldogs, they'll get the football back.
That's concerning. Just back from that PCL injury that he suffered in Las Vegas, Fletcher Sharp, and he's grabbing that knee.
Yeah, I don't like the way he punched the ground too. Looks like he's in all sorts of trouble here.
He's hobbling in back play for Newcastle. You can see him in that back left corner trying to run it out. That would put a sour note on this gutsy, brave win for the Newcastle Knights. 30 seconds to play. Justin Holbrook will want to see his team defend to the very last minute here, to the very last second. Tupanua with the hair flowing. Chopped down by Crossland and McEwen. O'Sullivan tipped on. Galvin to put in the kick now. Out to Montoya. Marju reads it well and stays in the field of play.
That's all she wrote.
Well, that broken the Newcastle Knights. They come to a core stadium in the Bulldogs' first home game of the season, missing their two best players, and they pull off